Cleanth Brooks is one of the important critics of New Criticism movement. His famous works, including the well-wrought urn and modern poetry and the tradition, argue that paradox is the most important feature of poetic language. In his essay, The Language of Paradox, Brooks claims that paradox is not just a decorative literary device, but the very language of poetry itself. A paradox is a statement that appears contradictory or impossible at first, but reveals a deeper truth when examined carefully. For Brooks, poetry often deals with complex emotions, experiences, and ideas that cannot be expressed through simple, direct language. Therefore, poets rely on paradox to communicate meanings that ordinary language cannot fully capture. Brooks believed that the language used in science and everyday communication is mainly referential. It aims to give clear, precise, and straightforward information. Poetry works differently. Poetic language depends not only on the literal meanings, that is, denotations of words, but also on their emotional, cultural, and symbolic associations, that is, connotations. Because words change meaning depending on their context, poets must creatively shape language to express their unique vision. According to Brooks, poetry often brings together opposite ideas and emotions. This creates tension within the poem, leading to apparent contradictions. These contradictions are not flaws, rather, they help reveal deeper meanings. The poet achieves a balance between opposing forces, and this balance gives poetry its richness and complexity. Brooks illustrates this theory through close readings of famous poems. In Wordsworth's poem, It is a Beauteous Evening, Calm and Free, the speaker appears more religious than the young girl beside him. However, the poem ultimately reveals the opposite. The girl is naturally united with nature and spirituality, while the speaker must consciously seek this connection. The paradox is that the apparently less religious person is actually more deeply spiritual. In Wordsworth's Composed upon Westminster Bridge, Brooks finds another paradox. London seems to be the opposite of nature because it is a human made city. However, the speaker describes it as part of nature itself. Since humans are part of nature, the city they create also belongs to nature. London becomes both artificial and natural at the same time. Brooks also analyzes Donne's poem The Canonization. Donne compares romantic love to religious sainthood. This seems contradictory because physical love and spiritual devotion are usually seen as opposites. The poem combines them to create a deeper understanding of love. Such complex meanings can only be expressed through paradox. Brooks differentiates between paradox and irony. Irony occurs when context changes the apparent meaning of a statement. Paradox functions at a deeper level and often shapes the entire structure of meaning of a poem. For Brooks, great poetry reconciles opposites such as love and death, body and soul, or nature and civilization.